What is going on, guys? So today we're back with another Pokemon Masters video, and today we're actually going to be going through and looking at one of the newest sync grids that we got in the game. This one is actually going to be for Salazzle and your girl Plumeria. So let's go ahead and roll the intro so that we can get into this. As usual with this type of video, we are going to start in the top left-hand quadrant. We're going to kind of make a Z movement. We're going to go to the top right, bottom left, then bottom right. We're not going to focus too much on the blue tiles because they're all stat increases. We're really just going to go over the yellow, red, green, and possibly some of the purple ones. It doesn't look like there's any special things with the purple ones, so probably won't even talk about those. But let's actually get started in our top left-hand quadrant here. So we do have, you always have to click like in the white area out here to get that to pop up. Move gauge boost. We do have an MP refresh. That's actually really good. I mean, the more... Actually, let me preface this before I get too deep into this. I gave Plumeria and Salazzle very, very mediocre review in the Limelight video. If you guys didn't see the Limelight video, you can go watch that. I didn't talk very highly of Salazzle, and I talked about how in the sync grid video we would kind of, determine if the sync grid actually makes her more viable or not. So I'm going to try to keep that in mind as I talk about things, and I hope you guys... That video hasn't came out yet, so I really hope you guys don't grill me for it, because I just wasn't impressed. But anyways, so move gauge boost, that's actually really good to have MP refresh. The more bar, the better. Never going to have a problem with that. We do have move gauge refresh 9. Holy cow. So not only do we have move refresh 3, but we have move gauge refresh 9. Huh. So that's going to increase... Basically, that if this works like similar to how the lucky skills work, if I'm reading that right, that means that's a 90% chance that you're going to get an extra move bar out of move gauge refresh whenever you use it. Plus, you're going to have MP refresh on it, which is going to give you another MP refresh. That's actually really interesting. That's really cool how you can basically just get a ton of bar out of that. We do have inertia, which is going to basically power up sync moves the higher the user's speed has been increased. That's actually pretty okay. I'm not a big fan. Build up ensures the user's next attack will be a critical hit after using a sync move. That's okay. Considering that we do have an AoE damaging move, we could do a crit on everything. That's not too bad. Moving on to the top right hand corner, we do have all of our smog damage increases, which is good. We do have a move gauge refresh for smog as well. That's fine. We do have Harry, which powers up moves when the target is flinching. Okay. That's kind of interesting considering we don't have a way to make anything flinch. I guess when paired with other things, it could be pretty good. Burst in ensures the user's next attack can be a critical when the Pokemon enters battle. We just talked about Gallisapod not too long ago in another video, and I praised this. I still think that's a very, very good passive, or a very, very good tile in general to have. I really, really like that. Next, moving into the bottom left-hand corner, we do have the Sludge Wave move gauge refresh, which is good. Sludge Wave move gauge refresh again. And then we have all of our power increases there, which that's kind of the Sludge Wave corner. So we'll take it. In the last quadrant that we have Out of My Way, which MP refresh. So just as a refresher, Out of My Way boosts special attack and speed by up to 3 stages, depending on the amount of move gauge we have remaining. In the Limelight video, I talked about how it's kind of interesting because it doesn't necessarily clearly state if we have 6 bars remaining, is that going to boost 3? If we have 4, is that going to boost 2? If we only have 2, is that going to boost 1? Like, how exactly is that going to work? We'll have to wait and see, so that's fine. More MP on that. I mean, we can definitely boost up special attack and speed. That sounds like a good thing for this sync pair. Smog Staggering 4 has a good chance of making the target flinch. Okay, there it is. There's the flinch. Whenever the attack is successful, so that's actually kind of cool. So Smog has a really good chance, has a moderately good chance. I don't want to say a really good chance because that actually does mean something different. It has a moderately good chance of increasing the chance of poisoning the Pokemon that gets hit by Smog, which is actually pretty good. The problem is that its accuracy is trash, and I just dislike the accuracy on it. Which actually, I actually missed that. An accuracy plus 20. So that would actually raise the accuracy on Smog up to 90, which actually wouldn't be nearly as bad. That actually makes it a little bit better for me. Next, we do have Agile Entry, which sharply raises the user's evasiveness whenever the Pokemon enters battle. That's good. Endurance. I actually like the addition of Endurance because we are not bulky at all. And then we have Toxic Power 3, so powers up moves whenever the target is poisoned or badly poisoned. Okay, so in terms of like how good the sync grid makes Salazzle, honestly, like in the Limelight video, I gave Plumeria and Salazzle a preliminary tier list rating of a solid C tier, which is very, I feel like that's very harsh, but still pretty, like just vanilla, like Salazzle, still pretty okay with leaving it in the C tier. If you built up the sync grid to include some of the more interesting things that we have here, I don't know necessarily that I would go straight for the Smog. I don't know, like I almost would want to go for like a Smog accuracy increase, but I wouldn't really care much for like increasing its damage. I really wouldn't. Maybe get some move gauge refresh on it just so that I could get that burst in, or if I wanted to increase it just a little bit, I could save a lot of energy doing it that way. Probably would actually go that route just to save some energy. That way I get a lot more accuracy on Smog, which actually helps poison the enemy Pokemon. Plus I get burst in, which is just going to make a critical hit amazing. And then I actually like the idea of, I don't know necessarily that it matters if you get physical defense or special defense here, but either way, I definitely want the entire quadrant down here of all those Sludge Waves. I think Sludge Wave, being an AoE move, doing a ton of damage, is going to be really, really good. I actually like going into that corner there. Move gauge refreshes on them, not like the worst, not the best thing for me. Okay, so I'm already kind of torn. Maybe let's not go for like everything that's down here, because I actually do want to get these two. So the reason that I want to get those two specifically is because those two tiles are going to increase the amount of bar potential that Salazzle brings to a team insanely high. And that is what I think is going to turn this whole sync pair around for me. So basically with this type of grid, we get extra damage on Sludge Wave. We get a lot of extra accuracy, which is very, very highly needed on Smog. And we get the instant crit whenever we enter battle. Plus we get a ton of move gauge refresh, which is just amazing. Now, you know, you could totally ditch all of this and you could just totally go for something a little bit more like passive intensive. So maybe you want to go for, you can't really get that low. Dang it, I was gonna try to get both the Toxic Power and the Endurance, but I definitely think bare minimum you need that accuracy increase. Maybe we don't need all of that. Still, that doesn't really leave us a lot of options. That doesn't even get us to that because we still have 2 energy short. Well, so that's kind of my conundrum. See, that's the problem. I guess you could go without one of those, and that gives you a ton of energy back to put it into maybe like Agile Entry, something like that. Maybe you want to go for something like this. It's a lot more passive. I personally don't think that would be nearly as fun for my playstyle personally to go for something like this. I definitely think, oh, well, I still had burst in tick, didn't I? Okay, never mind. Let's retract that for a second. If we went this route, we'd have 18 left after that, so we could still have a little bit. So I guess you could also start to do some, well, if you go that route, I wouldn't feel bad doing it like that, because that would make it, this right here would make it a lot more interesting in terms of making Smog not only more powerful, more accurate as well, but also help it increase the flinch and actually do more damage if the Pokemon is poisoned. That actually sounds kind of cool if you wanted to go a complete like tech roll type of unit. That actually seems pretty cool. Personally for me, on my end, I think that I would have a lot more fun doing the initial route that I showed. Something like this. I think this would be so much more fun to me because it gives a ton of power just all over the board to Sludge Wave. It gives Smog, the increase that it needs to help poison things. It gives a ton of bar back. I think this would be straight up my alley, but so judging after the sync grid, I would say honestly, like, it still feels like a low B tier to me, even after you do like all of the sync grid stuff. I'm still not like highly impressed with it. It's still going to be really fragile. Either way you build it out, it's still going to be kind of frail, kind of squishy. So it's kind of scary. It's also weak to water. That's not like a huge deal, I don't guess. There's not too many like events that we go through, but even then that doesn't make a whole lot of difference in Pokemon Masters. So I don't know. I still think like maybe low B tier. If we get the sync pair and we put it into practice, I may eat my words on it, but low B tier for me. That's just where I feel. So anyways, so yeah, that's what I think of Salazzle and the sync grid here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let's actually go ahead and switch over and we're going to do a quick sync pair scout here. So as usual, we are going to be dumping some more gems into this arena banner. We do need extra copies because we want that extra sync grid spot, but I haven't been able to get it. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what's wrong with this banner, man. I've summoned like the last like 10 videos and I haven't gotten like anything interesting. Good door. All right, man. That's another tape. We just had a tape, man. What's going on? All right, but that is actually going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember that if you want to join the Discord, there's actually a link down in the description below. Also down there are links to YouTube memberships and Patreon if those are your thing. Otherwise, I'm going to go and head out, but I'll catch you guys in the next video.